Hello, I'm Bruce Zimmerman, host of the Open Line Garden Show, and this is the podcast for this week. Now, hostas, number 2 perennial in North America. Daylilies being number 1, but then that's an argument with a lot of the rust diseases going and running through the daylilies. I think you'll see that hostas will come again to the fore. And to be honest with you, I'm a little bit of a hosta nut, so be aware. Now, probably my favorite supplier for hostas is Q&Z Nurseries. Now, they're wholesale, but anywhere where they go and put their plant material in is worthwhile buying them from, because these are the elite producers of hostas in North America. They have been going at it for a long time. If you go to look up a reference guide on hostas, you're going to see the book by Mark Zilla. Now, he's the guy that wrote the book that keeps writing the great books that everybody wants. Okay? And now Mark Zillis has written, I think he's right now writing his 3rd book on hostas. Hostapedia is probably the book that is used as a reference guide by the industry. It weighs 1.5 tons. I think it weighs 6 pounds. And it's got almost 8,000 descriptions of different hostas in there. It has 1,900 color photos of them. It's all factual. They grow them. They produce them. So this is probably the best book there is. So if you ever see it out or you go into your favorite bookstore, you will have to try and order this book. And it is not easy to obtain. It's called Encyclopedia of Hostas by Mark R. Zillis, and is also known as the Hostapedia. So take a look. And of course, Q&Z 2014 catalog has just come out. And of course, for me, this is drooling time. And I really go through this book page by page and look at all these plants and going, I wish I had more room for more hostas. So to keep you informed, the American Hosta Association's Hosta of the Year is going to be, this is for 2014, Abika Drinking Gourd. Now, this is a blue, cupped, corrugated hosta. It has white flowers, which are almost partially hidden. They're not on long stems. This one has been around a long time. Again, proven good in a garden. Reliable, dependable, big. And let's put it this way. 20 inches high and 45 inches across is what this will eventually be. The leaves are 11 inches long and 10.5 inches wide. They're the blue-green, they're deeply cupped and heavily corrugated, and they have a thick substance. Keywords are thick substance. What does this mean? It usually means that it's slug resistant. So slug and snail resistance is never really stated, but when you see thick substance, those are the hostas to buy, because the snails and slugs don't like hostas with thick leaves. So there is the American Hosta year for 2014. But would you like to know what the hosta for 2015 is going to be? I think I had it here. Somebody told me it was here. I lost it. Oh, there it is. Victory. Okay. Yes. The hosta for the American Hosta for the year 2015 is Victory. Now, think of this as being big, okay? 30 inches high and 70 inches across. The leaves are 12 inches long, 9 inches wide. They're shiny, a medium green, center with a 1/2 inch wide margin, which is greenish yellow early, changing to a creamy white in early summer. Smooth texture, thick substance, right? Flowers are white and tall scapes. That means they're on tall stems in mid-July into early August. It's got a medium growth rate. If you really want good hostas, go for medium and fast, okay? Unless, of course, you're growing minis, which then it doesn't really matter. So with the medium growth rate, you're going to find that this is going to be fairly vigorous in your garden. You're going to be able to divide a few and move them around a little bit later on in life. Vigorous, huge mound, very nice foliage. It is considered one of the best specimen background plants, variegated, that you can put into a garden for a hosta. So there's 2 good things you should know. Be ahead of the crowd and get the hosta for 2015. There are a lot of mini hostas. I recommend these only to people who are hosta fanatics. They hate clay soils. They like good, rich soils, perfect conditions, moist, under mulch. They are generally not fast growers. They are, in many cases, very unusual and small. So you have to be a little more of a patient gardener for these. They are hardy, so therefore most of them will do well in containers, though I would probably sink the container for the winter in the garden, in soil, okay? Couple of the nice ones that you may want to try, because the leaves are a little unusual. First of all, curly fries, simply because that's exactly what the leaves are. Long, thin, narrow, curly. Go for it. Okay. The twirlatini is another one, and it's because it's a blue. Okay. Small. Okay. A small blue. Stay away from ladybug. It looks like lettuce. Okay. It looks like a loose leaf lettuce, like butter crunch or something like that. So I don't find it that attractive. Zebra stripes, if you want something with an unusual variegation, try that one. Also, Kodachrome is another one that you're going to really like because of the striping. All the mouse ear series are usually pretty good. They usually stand up fairly well in the garden. There is one called Diamond Necklace as well, and Hideout. Both of those are green and white variegations that the white is more predominant than the green. Ruffled mouse ears. You want something that looks a little different? That's exactly what this one is. It's got a little ruffle on it. Looks like mouse ears. That's sort of a bluey green. Different. Well, they're all little minis. Okay? When you buy these, they're going to be in little pots. Don't expect them to plant and sort of grow and spread out quickly. They are not going to. So let's give you a few of the new American hostas from Q&Z for 2014. I'm going to run through these. I'm going to do a couple. There are a lot more than I could possibly do. But I'm going to just pick out a few just to give you a little taste. Make you go looking for some of these. Aladdin's Lamp is the first one. 20 inches high, 48 inches across. Leaves are 8 inches long, 6 inches wide. Gold, cupped, corrugated, and good substance. Aha. Okay. Flowers are very pale lavender flowers in July. It has a slow growth rate, so you have to be patient. This one is a seedling sport from Tokudama, and the Tokudamas I have grown, and you have to be patient, okay, with them. So just be patient with this one as well. American Fashion, 21 inches high, 37 inches across, 9 inch by 6 inch leaves, gold center with a wide, 1 inch wide dark green margin. Flowers are in July and August on very tall scapes, like 30 inches tall, pale lavender, medium growth rate. This one is actually a rare sport from Oiki, and it's much, much more than gold standard, which would be probably the closest one you're familiar with as well. Something with fragrant flowers is not something that's common. And so I'll throw them in. They're not new for 2014. One is avocado. Okay. This one is going to be more of a medium gold center, green leaves, 24 inches high, 50 inches across. Tall, fragrant lavender scapes in August. Try it. It has a fast growth rate, so you'll get to see whether you like it or not. Aphrodite is probably one of the harder of the large hostas to grow. I have a lot of people who say it reverts, dies out. It's not vigorous in a garden. Mine has been in there for 15 years or more, but it has a tendency to spread and move from its roots, and does very well under mulch. And 24 inches high, 60 inches wide, never going to happen in our climate. But the flowers are double. They're white. They're in early to late August, and they're fragrant. Just throw that in. Blue Legend, because a lot of people like the bluer leaves. Then here's a couple. 26 inches high, 50 inches across, 13-inch long by 10-inch wide, deep blue-green with good substance. There's a good hosta. Big, great, medium to slow growth, so it's not going to be too much of a monster. This one is went to auction. I'll explain that quickly here. The American Hosta Society has an auction each year for the new introductions for the growers to take and get the best breed plant. In 2010, this one was actually the one that won the highest amount of dollars for the breeder in 2010. So they paid a lot of money to get it, just to produce it. The original plant, okay, in the original garden is 8 feet across. That's an old plant. Another blue one is Blue Pointer. This one is another sport or selection from Tokudama Aurea nebulosa, which I have growing in my garden. And again, it's a plant that I believe you need to be patient with. It has a pointed, ruffled, dark, rich blue-green foliage, good substance. It's kind of neat. 19 inches high, 42 inches across, 9.5-inch long, 7-inch wide, dark green leaves, slightly corrugated, and good substance. So there's another nice blue. Gold Rush, if you want more of a gold. This one is the California Gold Rush, 22 inches high, 40 inches wide. The leaves are 11 inches long, 9 inches wide. Gold centers, green margins, corrugated, thick substance. Can you tell which hostas I like? I like the thick substance with corrugation. Okay. Chain Lightning is another one that is available. It's not brand new, but it's one that sort of gives me a little pitter-patter in my heart. 16 inches high, 30 inches wide. Good substance. It's got a creamy white center. The leaves are 8 inches by 5. Flowers are lavender. This one is a nice plant, well bred, and I think you'll find you'll like this one in your garden. Another one. Let's see. There's one here that I thought was Crazy for You. Okay, I like this. Crazy for You is a hosta that's 22 inches high, 48 inches across. The leaves are 9 inches by 7. They're bright gold. Cupped, unruly, okay, is the way this one is described. In other words, it does what it wants, and leaves do go there and go here and there. It's like a bad haircut on a wild day. in the wind. Corrugated, thick substance. So it's got the qualities that I look for in a hosta. It is a seed selection from a whole bunch of, when you make some seeds, these are growing on, and that's one of the ones that came through. I like that. Let's see. Dinner mint. Okay. Dinner mint is a mini, 7 inches high, 15 inches across. The leaves are 3 by 3. They have a dark yellow center, green margin, slightly rippled and wavy. Purple flowers on stems only 10 to 20 inches tall in August. Medium to fast growth. That's good for a mini. So it's one of those ones that I would try and do. It's in the, what they call the teeny or the martini series. And that means that it's probably very, very reliable. The whole teeny system is of hostas and the breeding program is very, very strong. Produce some very, very nice plant material. Dreamboat, that's me. 22 inches high, 48 inches wide, 12 inches long, 8-inch wide leaves, medium green, heavily rippled, cupped, and good substance. Dreamboat. This one you'll probably find makes a good plant in the background and as a filler. Epiphany. This one is good for 2014 as well. Medium to slow growth. Has a thick substance, corrugated, dark green, gold center. The plant is 20 inches high, 45 inches wide. It's got a little bit more of an open habit. So you should be aware of that as well. So some of the, hypnosis. Hypnosis is another Q&Z introduction for 2014. A mound, 16 by 33. Leaves are 6 by 4. Dark green center with a 1/2-inch wide margin with green speckles in it. Nice. Good substance. We like that. Flowers in July and August on tall scapes, lavender flowers. A medium to slow rate. Well, we'd like it to grow faster, but can't always have everything. Itty Blue. Okay. This is a mini. Okay. This is going to really turn your crank if you're into blue. 8 inches high, 18 inches across, dense, 3-inch long, 2-inch wide, blue-green leaves, turning green by midsummer. Pale lavender flowers, 12 to 15-inch scapes, medium growth rate. You're going to like this one, okay? Simply because you're going to say, oh, that's a nice little blue, and most people may not even recognize it as a mini eventually, other than the fact that the leaves will give it away. Jetstream is another hosta. It's just 20 inches high, 45 inches across, slightly corrugated, rich blue-green color, wavy, good substance, lavender flowers in August. This one is really neat in the fact that it's got a little bit of a shininess to the blue-green leaves, which the blue-greens generally do not. Okay, so you may want to look at that one. Little Starlet, again a mini, 6 inches high, 14 inches across. Little leaves that are got a wavy white margin. It's colored yellow, sort of a yellowy chartreuse center. Average substance, so you're going to have to give it a little bit of protection from snails and slugs. Medium growth rate, which we like. Good in containers. It changes through the growing season. Its variegated foliage sort of changes color as the season progresses. So it's got a ripple in it, slightly shiny, and I think you'll like that one as well. There's a whole bunch of them, but you'll notice that I do like the ones with corrugated. I don't know why, I always do. Permafrost is another new one from Q&Z for 2014. 14 inches high, 36 inches wide. The leaves are 7 inches long, 5 inches wide. Color changes from blue-green in the center with a wide yellow margin to a dark green with a creamy white margin, and it has good substance. So it changes throughout, gives you interest in your garden. Lavender blue flowers on 24 to 30 inch scapes in July and August. Medium growth rate. This one is a sport from First Frost. I think you're going to find that you're going to like this one because not only do they back up the statement that it has good substance, but it also has good slug resistance. I think if this one stands up in the gardens as we suspect it will, you will see this one to be a future Hosta of the year. And you'll, of course, have it, and it'll be nice and big and whatever. Purple Flash. Purple Flash is a Hosta, blue-green, 16 inches high, 36 inches wide, 7 inches long, 5 inches wide, cupped, wavy, corrugated, blue-green, thick substance, white flowers with a purple stripe on them, on extremely tall scapes. We're looking at 30-inch scapes in June and July. Medium growth rate. This one is probably going to be another great blue-green because of the fact that it stands up. It's got good substance and corrugation. But that petal with the flush in it, in other words, the white with the purple flush, is going to attract a lot of breeders who want to produce different colored flowers on hostas and different patterns. One more, I think, and we'll call it quits, unless I get really enthusiastic, and then in which case I'll do another show on hostas, because I get really turned on by these guys. Earlier I mentioned Twirlatini. This is a mini, 8 inches high, 20 inches across, dense mound, 5-inch long leaves, 3 inches wide, bluish green, wavy, good substance. Flowers open on 14-inch scapes in late July, early August. Medium growth rate. It is in the teeny series. It has great parents, blue dimples, and shining tot. And you're going to find that this one is going to be a great plant, strong enough to use as an edger plant in your garden. I'm Bruce Zimmerman. This is the Open Line podcast for this week.